Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holiday. Let me start by saying this is the final show of 2023. And let me say why, because next Monday is Christmas Day. And the following Monday is New Year's Day. It falls on a Monday this year. We know people are going to have family time and so forth.
Different kinds of activities. You're not going to be tuning in to us.
Yeah, so welcome Senior Terrence, Lander Pack, to the folks who are joining us. We welcome you, love you guys. Thank y'all for your support. And wherever you may be around the country and around the world, thank y'all. Well, look, we want to do a year-end show where we talk about
a recap. Two things.
Yeah.
We're going to do a quick recap of popular shows in 2023.
Some of the ones that were the most popular.
And then I adjusted and said, and we have 13 year-end survival tips.
Ooh.
Which are a combination of our suggestions and thoughts from a couple of psychologists and
sociologists,
whatever that
psychoneurologists.
Word is. Yes, you're so smart. Yes, dear.
Yes,
okay. Dear.
All right.
So we're all in sync.
We're all in sync. So let's go. First of all, for those who don't have it, you can still get this sent to you if you need it. Our marriage book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage.
It has to be by tomorrow.
Now, here's the thing. Our friend Keith Lightfoot just jumped on, and he is in New Zealand, and he's one of our dear friends. We love him. Let me read what he said. I trust you're having a fabulous day. It was truly wonderful to honor and spend time with you in the USA. Proud to call you my friends. I talk about you in my training session. You guys are making a difference. Thank you, Keith Lightfoot in New Zealand. One of my favorite people, one of our favorite countries. We've been there a number of times. For me to speak there, I need to come back. Friendly. Oh, they're so friendly. And thank you, Keith Lightfoot. And tell folks over there they can get the book in a digital download and don't have to worry about shipping anymore. They can get that at jolleymarriage.com. Thank you, Keith. Give your family my best and Merry Christmas to you. Let's see.
Safe and happy.
They can download Terrence said they can download audiobook as well and listen to it in the car. That's right, Senior Terrence. Okay, let's talk about the most powerful shows according to your numbers, the number of people
according
who watch.
YouTube numbers in terms of who the most frequently watched episodes. So here we go.
Yep.
So number one was the Cheesecake Factory date issue.
Ooh,
you remember what that
the
was?
Cheesecake. So here's a quick summary. A guy comes to pick up a girl in the Cheesecake Factory. She's a blogger. She's a videotaper. So she put the video.
An
influencer. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the guy comes, takes her. She first of all makes him wait for an hour because she's getting ready. She take a long time to get ready. When she gets in the car, he takes her to the Cheesecake Factory. When he walks around to open the door, she said, I'm not getting out. I'm not going to Cheesecake Factory on our first date. You got to take me somewhere nicer than that. I'm not getting out. This is not good enough. And this is the first date. And so he says, are you serious? Yeah. You can't. No, I don't do the Cheesecake Factory.
So he took her home.
He took her home. She said, you taking me home? What? He said, yeah, this ain't going to work, obviously. And the question came up, was he made the right decision? Our answer is absolutely right. Yeah, he made the right decision.
So what's wrong with that for a first date, the Cheesecake Factory? It was quite controversial.
It was quite controversial. And then my son sent us, and when we did the show, he sent us something he found online with women talking about these are the unacceptable places to take on a first date: Cheesecake Factory, coffee date. It was a list of them. So, and I said,
summary for number one, the Cheesecake Factory date. What's wrong with that for a first date? I don't know. But here's what I would say: be careful. Is if an expensive meal is synonymous with the quality of relationship building.
Absolutely.
That's all I would say. And you make your call. Is going to an expensive place the beginning necessary for the beginning of building a meaningful relationship. Then some might say, she a gold digger.
She a gold digger.
I'm not saying she is.
I'm saying she is. I'm saying that all of these women who say you got to take me somewhere fancy on my first date, then you know what? You would not have gone out with me. Wouldn't have happened. Wouldn't have happened.
I don't know when we went on our first date.
First date.
We do Volkswagen with the gas.
Yeah, it was. I didn't spend no.
That didn't work.
Yeah, we went somewhere and I didn't spend no money.
We went to several, because you were a musician, so we went to several functions.
Right.
Music functions where we got in free.
Boom. Okay. So, and when
we were building the friendship.
We were building our friendship.
So we just hanging out together. We like being together.
There you go. Do you like being together? And if I gotta buy your liking me, then no, that ain't gonna work. No,
because your pockets will be empty. You will not be able to be financially independent, and you will be a broke.
You be broke. You be broke. Broke. As the Kanye song said. First, I would like to know if she knew her ABCs and can do it. She can do multiplication. She can write without running on sentences. That's right. Let's see what else Terrence said. Terrence got it going on. He says he was better than me because the first moment she would have been walking around the track with no makeup on, and maybe she would have got a bottle of water. Hey, man, hey, thank you, Rick Frischman, my dear friend. Let me take a moment while my friend Rick Frischman just jumped on. Many of you know me for my books now, all over the world. Keith Lightfoot in New Zealand. When I came to New Zealand, he connected with me because of my books. It only takes a minute to change your life. Setback, set up for a comeback. Turn setbacks into greenback. Attitude of excellence. Make love, make money, make it last. That we produce on our own publishing firm. But it all happened because of a guy named Rick Frischman, who heard me speak in 1993 in Washington, D.C. at a small little room. And he went back and told a guy named Jeff Herman, there's a hot speaker you need to know about named Willie Jolley. He's young. He's dynamic. He's fired up. He's going places. And Rick Frischman,
he gave you an opportunity. He created.
He went back to Jeff Herman was the agent for Chicken Soup for the Soul. Mm-hmm. And Jeff Herman took Rick Frischman's recommendation, called me, the agents on call, new authors, called me and said, I'll be in DC. Rick Frischman speaks highly of you. Do you have a book? I said, I got a little self-published book. And yep, look now.
That was 30. The beginning.
That was the beginning.
Thank you,
Rick Frischman. Now, this year, I get the highest award in the speaking industry, the Cabot Award. I get the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. And we published our own book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last.
All started with Mr. Frischman.
We're started with Frischman.
Okay, there's number 2.
All right, thank you, Rick.
Number 2 for the numbers was straight talk for men.
Okay, straight talk for men. What women want or need? Are they the same? Well, here's what I had straight talk with men. Men, listen again. Because y'all might have forgot what I said. Women need 2 things. Listen, man, listen. They need intimacy and security. Desperately. And not only a little bit, they need a lot of it. Intimacy and security. You got to make sure intimate. Now, intimacy is not always sex. No. Intimacy leads to sex sometimes, but sometimes it's just the feeling you give them. That warm feeling. You want to have a successful marriage, a relationship, make sure you focus on intimacy and then security. Make sure they feel like you got them. If you do that consistently, do I have you?
Yes, sir.
I got your back.
Yes, sir.
All right, somebody say something about you, what I'm going to do? I'm going to deal with it. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Because you know why?
Why?
Because I want to make sure you're secure.
Thank you, sweetheart.
All right, I got her. All right, so intimacy, security. And look, sweet talk. Sweet talk. I talk sweet to my wife. And I'm smart enough to never, ever make jokes about our relationship. I heard a guy once say, this is my future ex-wife. He was introducing his wife. This is my future. And he was making that funny. That ain't funny.
You're planting the wrong kind of seed.
Okay.
Next, number 3. Spouse left the marriage, but not the
house. Oh, this was a big one. We got a big one on this. We got people. The spouse left the marriage.
And I said, here's what I wrote. What do you say? I say, go to counseling immediately, alone, if necessary.
Yes. Say it again. Say what you just said.
I said, go to counseling immediately.
Oh yeah, okay.
Alone
if necessary. I want you to make sure people got that.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't go to counseling together, be willing to go by yourself. But if the spouse left the marriage, but not the house, that's a problem. I got a friend who's dealing with that right now. Spouse has said, I want a divorce, but refuses to leave.
Wow.
Refuses to move out.
Maybe you can't
afford it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the man or the woman, but they can't afford to leave. So they can live on 2 separate floors. Huh?
They live in 2 separate bedrooms, but they gotta see each other every day.
Are they pleasant to each other?
Well, they say good morning, good evening, but man, that's a term.
All right, so they got to work that out. So
I ain't finished talking about that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Spouse left the marriage, but not the house. Y'all got to have a conversation. Now this is where now this is why I said to my friend,
the 4 F's.
4 F's conversation. This is 4 F's. Everything, every critical conversation, whether it's in marriage, whether it's in business, whether it's in your personal life, professional life, we're going to have times in your life you're going to have critical conversations. And they are always based on the 4 F's. I had the preacher last night tell me. And we were at the event for Sisters for Sisters. So all the Sisters for Sisters, their Christmas party. I spoke for them.
Sisters
for Sisters Network Incorporated. Now, the guy said he had a problem with a business partner. I said, 4 F's. Be friendly, but then be frank about your feelings. And he said, I'm going to tell the guy, you hurt me. No. No, don't say you hurt me. Say it like this. It's about how you point the finger back at self. Not to them, but to self. This how I was hurt. I was hurt. Not you hurt me, but I was hurt. There's a difference. Because then you're making an accusation when you point the finger, you hurt me, rather than saying, my feelings were hurt. Okay? That no one can do. He could debate that I didn't hurt you, but you can't complain. You can't complain or say when somebody makes your feelings hurt. Okay, so be friendly, be frank about your feelings, be fair. Listen to their side of the story. Always listen. Get their side, because then you can get a better perspective. Oh, I didn't realize that's how you saw it. And then be focused on a win-win. Always think win-win. Always. And you will succeed more in life, business, and every part of your life. So I'd say to this person, counseling is necessary, but I'd go to the person. We're in the house together and say, this is how this makes me feel. Let's talk about this. Why?
So maybe they need to have.
Why are we doing it? Why are we doing this?
It could be so adversarial that they have to work at having an initial conversation.
Be friendly. Be frank about your feelings. Be focused on a win. Be fair. Be focused on a win-win. One of my church members lives like that because his wife wants to divorce him because she discovered she was not, I won't use that word, Terrence, but she was had an interest in a same-sex relationship. I had another friend who did that too. Okay, and I just told them, this again, conversations, critical conversations. Okay, all right, come on. Can you see everybody? See Dee Dee? Okay, there.
Okay.
Now, what was
the
third?
next one? Okay, we got it. Number 4. Schedule intimacy. That was important.
That was important. We got a lot of
my statement there. If it's important to you, you'll put it on the calendar.
Yeah, you will.
It doesn't mean that it's not that emotions are not there, but you have to have time, especially with busy lives and children, the work and all the pressures. Things that are important, you put on the calendar.
That's right.
And the relationship is important, so you'll want to put it on the calendar.
Okay.
And y'all can agree to whatever that is. Okay. Okay. 5. Great sex, the bed, everything else. And I said,
hold on. We got a part 1 and then a part 2. Okay.
I don't what?
It's cute. Okay. This is part 2. Part 2. Okay.
Counseling. Again, so much comes down to the communication. All right. The sex is great, but we don't have anything else in common. We work with a couple like that. They actually ended up getting a divorce because they weren't able to work.
Sorry, folks, on Instagram. We had a little snafu, but you're back again.
They weren't able to work work through their communication issues.
Yeah.
In terms of how they spoke to each other. That's a whole nother thing. In terms of how you speak to each other. And that depends upon the lens by which you see the situation. Depending upon your background, how you see a situation is completely different from each side.
That's right. That's right. Right. Sex was great, but everything else was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
We had a couple we dealt with years ago who, when we were putting the book together, they couldn't keep their hands off each other, but they just didn't like each other. Hmm.
That is interesting.
Yeah, Keith, thank you for that note. Lovely to see you. Yeah, it's time to come back to USA. Catch up for coffee. I know it's 3 p.m. 3:15 there. Wow.
3:15 in the afternoon.
And p.m. Yeah,
Okay.
And he says in every talk he gives, he says my wife is the nicest person I've ever met.
Oh.
Sometimes women in the audience say to me, "I wish my husband would speak about me like that." So you and Dee are correct. It is extremely important to always edify your spouse and everyone else, but specifically your spouse. That's right, Keith. Take care of one another.
Dividends.
You too. Yeah. Thank you, Terrence. Thank you for coming back, man. We had a little snafu, but we're back.
Number 6 is bad sex, but great everything else.
Woo!
That's the other side of it.
That's the other side of it.
Again, my answer is y'all got to go a third party to counsel.
Well, what? Now there's more. There's conversation about that. Now,
how do you even get into a conversation? You know what? I didn't get an orgasm. I never get an orgasm with you. What are you supposed to do with that?
Yeah, but how about this is a physical issue?
Well, there are such things as sex therapists.
You're right. Maybe you need to get some.
When I say counseling, therapy, whatever the technique, whatever
you
the
need some medical help.
Yeah, so I wouldn't just give up.
Okay, I agree. Okay, well, medical help. Okay, all right. Or you can get some ashwagandha in Luthero.
All kinds of medical help or
lots of herbs.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Have a great relationship. You have to figure it out.
But then there are those who say not important anymore.
Okay, well then you don't have a problem.
It's not a problem.
There you go.
It's cool. Okay. The next one.
7 was why not? I'm not ready to propose. Why isn't one not ready? And my answer was they might not need to propose. They get everything they want by just being with you. Or maybe you just don't complete them.
Yeah.
And I think that's a decision that you have to make.
Yep.
How long are you going to linger? If you want a proposal, have said it and nothing has happened, maybe they just don't want to commit to you being theirs forever. How about that?
Well, let me just say that if you've been dating somebody for 2 years, 2 years.
I mean, people are engaged for 10 years now, Willie.
That's dumb. Okay, if she wants to get married and she just stays on waiting and he just drags it on, then that's dumb. You have to say, that's Beyonce said, if you want to put a ring on it, there has to be some commitment here. You gotta, as my mama would say, you gotta peel, get off the pot. Am I right? Mm-hmm. You wasting my time.
You're not interested in getting everything for free. You don't need to make a commitment.
So we want you to say, everybody needs to be getting the book and talking about. Oh, by the way, before we go any further, we should have said it in the first half of the show. And some of the people, we had a technical problem on Instagram. All of these topics are available on our new YouTube channel, JolleyMarriageShow.com.
Do you know we have over 300 shows?
Wow, Jolley Marriage Show.
I want to do that because I don't normally go back. Well, we have over 300 shows. Okay, let's keep going.
We have 300 shows? Mm-hmm. Wow, JolleyMarriageShow.com. Oh, one more thing. This is very important. Hold on a second. We are going to this is the last show of this year. We're going to come back, but we really want to have sponsors to come back with when we come back. If you know sponsors who want to impact or reach or be influencing on people who are married, relationships, have them reach us. Because we're going to be having sponsors to be.
We're looking for sponsors.
Well, we're going to have sponsors to come be part of next year's apparatus. We're going to actively pursue them and let them know. But they can get in front of the group that we're already going to be calling and say, I want to be a sponsor for the Jolley Marriage Show. I want to influence. We're looking particularly for insurance company, financial services organizations, hospitality organizations, people who really want to have married people or people in relationship to come to
people influence people,
their business,
or
right?
who like people.
So just send us an email at info@williejolly.com. info@williejolly.com.
So visit jolleymarriageshow.com to see any of the other shows.
Yeah, all the shows are available now on
so,
YouTube. Why do you run past those things that are important? Okay, you just said it like Jolley Marriage Show. Oh, okay, that goes to the next thing. This is where we want people to go, to jolleymarriageshow.com on YouTube. You get all 300 shows. Now you can go ahead.
13 year-end tips, our suggestions and those of some experts that we kind of blended together.
All right.
Survival tips, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Terrence just said today women are proposing to men and getting on their knees to propose. I didn't know that.
I think that's a good idea. No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Try Jomo. That was something I had never heard of before. And a primary care physician out of Delaware, originally coming from Canada, said that this was something that was possible. Try the joy of missing out. In other words, you don't have to attend every single solitary thing to survive the holiday.
I want to go to everything.
You do. That stuck with me. I thought this Dr. Sandy out of Delaware. I'm like, that stuck with me. Try Jomo. The joy of missing out, that you don't have to go to every single solitary thing. And in some instances, you're seeing the same people at every event. So select carefully. It's called Practice Self-Care, Willie Jolley. So that was number one for me, and that stuck out. And she was saying that they get patients, particularly this time of year, they don't say, oh, I'm stressed out. They come in with headaches, with gastrointestinal issues, most stemming from stress, Willie Jolley. I'm just saying.
I'm going to every party. Woo!
Okay. Number two, don't be afraid to say no.
That's
Willie
the same
Jolley.
thing. That's the same thing. That's just an example. It's the same thing. Go on to the next one.
Prioritize what you need to do and take away anything else.
Again, number three. I did the same thing over and over again. All right, go ahead, next one.
Have a budget.
I agree with that one.
Oh, why do you agree with that?
That one is agreed on. I agree with. I'm going to every party. Y'all invite me to y'all want me to come to a party? Hey, call me, invite me.
Willie and I had a problem with spending too much money on gifts.
No, we are very frugal about spending money for Christmas and going into debt. Not going to happen.
If you don't have time for me during the year, gift is not going to take its place.
Well, I'm not there.
And we're different.
We are so different. We are so different.
I don't have to have a gift because every day is a gift with my husband, how he treats me, and my life in general. He, on the other hand, has to have something under the tree. I'm like, I don't get it. Yeah. Well, tell me what you want under the tree so I can put it there. I just okay. Next, lower your holiday expectations so you're not disappointed.
I don't know what
that's
that
what
means.
Psychologist so some people get their hopes up and the expectations of the activity being, and then they're disappointed. What?
Landy Pack said, "Go ahead, Mrs. Jolley. You're right on with that." Landy Pack, I want to go to every party, but my wife is very, very frugal, or not frugal. She's very.
I'm an introvert.
But I'm talking about you're very logical. That's the right word.
Yeah.
Logical.
Well, I don't. Time and attention. What's that? Is important.
Your nails look so beautiful.
Oh, you changed the subject. Time and attention are important. The thing is not, because you could have got it, and I don't care if you got it on sale. You pay regular price. It's going to go into a drawer, right?
Terrence said money under the tree is okay. CDs under the tree is okay for him. All right.
Stocks and bonds would be good. Okay, here we go. Take a deep breath, or belly breathing, which is something that's popular in yoga. when you're in a situation or you go into these events, like we were, let's say Sunday, and we had 2 events.
Yeah, we're supposed to have 3 events.
Yes. And by the time we got into the second one, all the things that I didn't realize that I was going to be required to do, how do I manage for being completely overwhelmed? Deep breathing.
Okay, I go with that.
And that deep breathing, and nobody needs to know that you're deep breathing.
Yes.
And it does calm you down. Okay, glad hand.
I do that well.
You do that well. I had to learn how to do that. So when you get to events, make sure that you meet and greet all the key people.
We had luncheon yesterday.
And this is particularly for those of us who have to meet and greet in a lot of professional situations that might be holiday and social, but you need to be seen.
Right. Okay. Now listen. Now I did yesterday when I went to the luncheon. It was the Carrots. We want to say hello to the Carrots. They have their annual Edith and Eddie Johnson.
Wonderful event.
Wonderful event. And dancing, great food. But I went to the table and went around the table and greeted everybody. And Friday night when we were in Baltimore at the Reginald Lewis Museum, went around the table, greeted everybody. A great
place to visit. If you have not been to the Reginald Lewis Museum, he wrote the book, Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun? He was the first Black billionaire.
Nope.
No, he was not the first Black billionaire.
No, he was the first Black man to own $1 billion company. There's a difference.
Okay.
All right. He's the first man to own $1 billion company.
Okay. So practice. Here's one I like that fits. Practice pleasant phrases to the stupid questions you get asked at the table of polite conversation. So you have to have some phrases. I've got some phrases. Example. Oh, that was a great question. And I thought about that. Let me think about that. And then I'll ask them the same question.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't
take the pressure off of me, because when I go, he does all the talking. I simply want to listen.
I don't think you talked once at the table Friday night. The lady, you did talk to the lady who was from North Carolina. You did say something to her. That was it.
I did. But I was still recovering from
the
music was loud.
She had a cold. And she couldn't talk. She had lost her voice.
And I was projecting over.
And by the time we left, she had no voice. It was gone. And we were supposed to go to another party. I did cancel on that one because it was just too late.
Bless your heart.
It was too late. You were already feeling poorly. Okay. And then it was too late to go there. You weren't feeling well. Thank you, Lou. Yeah, we talked about you earlier, man. And I gave you a shout out. You'll listen to it on the replay.
Okay. Have an escape plan from an event.
Yeah, you need to have that. I do that well, though. I do that well. Vern Goff says I do that better than anybody. I'm in. Sometimes we got to go. Remember, we went to the event down in Southwest, and we had William's birthday dinner the same night, and we had to get into the event. It was a rooftop for who put it on? Michelle and them, 3 guys. And we got in. I made my round. I was in and out. I was parked illegally, in and out in 7 minutes. 7 minutes. And I said, I'm getting in, make myself available. There were at least 150 people there. Went around, said greetings to everybody.
To the key people.
Took pictures. We were out.
Right.
7 to 8 minutes, 10 minutes at the most.
And then next, I said, if grieving, and this was one that came from one of the psychologists, if grieving, share happy memories with others. And Dr. Drake, a female physician out of University of California at University of California, said that it is good to share your stories, the happy memories, with others.
Amen.
And to continue to seek counseling.
Amen.
Okay. And then connect with the community. If you don't have a whole, like family close by or people, then build your own community.
I want to give a shout out
and give something in terms of your time and
I want to go back to your earlier point. I was emailing today with my friend Lenora Billings Harris, who lost her husband just about this time last year. And maybe it was around this time last year, right before Christmas. We went to Noble and Nason singing. I called her on the way there. And It was tough, but she went on a around the world cruise
that they had planned.
They had already paid for it, and he died about a month before the cruise. It was a 6-month cruise, and she went on with it. And I emailed her today and let her know that I'm thinking of her, praying for her. And she said how much she appreciated it. Reach out to people who've lost a loved one this time of year. Reach out to them and just let them know you're thinking about them, you're caring for them, you send them lots of love. That would be a blessing. That's a great gift to give for Christmas. Just letting somebody know you care, you're thinking about them, praying for them. Okay.
And then connect with the community. Find a community to connect to.
Yep.
Is it a church? Is it a club? They got all kinds of meetups now.
Yep.
Volunteering and give some love and attention away, and you'll get some back.
Speaking of church, if you're in the Washington area, I want to invite you to First Baptist Church of Glenarden, where we will have service on Christmas Eve at 8, 10, 12, and 6:30. Please join us if you just need some company. You need some comfort. You need some encouragement.
Great music, too.
Great music. So First
and
Baptist
a great message
Church.
from Pastor Jenkins.
Yeah, going to be a great message, and we'll be there.
Okay. And then find your own holiday, the way that you want to celebrate. If you say, I don't necessarily want to go to a sing-along or something, create your own experience.
I don't know if that's good or bad. Some of that stuff could be really weird. Really weird. All right. I'm going to go there. Okay.
And then lastly, get help if you're in need.
If you're in need, if you're depressed, we want y'all to call 988. If you're depressed, if you're
it's the mental health
having a moment, call 988. Someone will be there. It's 24 hours a day.
7.
Yep, 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
988.
You can text it or you can dial it.
988.
Okay? It's the suicide and crisis hotline. There's always someone there
to be a blessing to you.
With you.
We're going extra long today.
Again, visit JolleyMarriageShow.com.
Say it one more time.
Please visit JolleyMarriageShow.com for any of our earlier episodes.
All right. So we've got over 300 now. All of these things we talked about tonight were earlier episodes. We want to encourage people to go to JolleyMarriage.com. Get the free chapter if you have somebody. Just send somebody there. Say, get the free chapter. The biggest chapter of the book is free. But if you get the book, get 2 copies for your relationship. And then as Christmas gifts, Hanukkah gifts, Kwanzaa gifts, get books. We'll sign them and get them out to you. Is that good or is that good?
They can download it.
JolleyMarriage.com. Hey, but Terrence, thank you, man. I know that was a tough year, but thank God you're still here. Blessing to your mom. Give her our love. Remember, folks, this is the last show of the year. We will not be here next Monday. We will not be here the New Year's Day. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. We will not be here. We'll see you soon in a new year. And if you got people who you think would be good sponsors, financial services, insurance, real estate maybe, or hospitality, info@williejolly.com, info@williejolly.com, williejolly.com, info@williejolly.com.
Amen.
And last but not least is remember that if you need a repair session on your marriage, go to williejolly.com/events. williejolly.com/present for the marriage repair series we did last year. It's 6 parts and it will bless you. Communications, sex and romance, finances, family, blended family, and then the 10 or 11 things that biggest mistakes people make and how to fix them. All right. Thank you, Terrence. Don't get isolated. Get the book and stay connected. Thank y'all. Merry Christmas. 'Tis the season to be jolly. So we give y'all some love. Thank you. Share this with Lottie Dottie and everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And may God bless you. Remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. We give him the glory and we give him the praise. Have a great day. Love y'all. See you soon. Bye.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.